Welcome to True Crime Emporium, where today I will be sharing my small but unique sport card collection of professional sports athletes and their crimes. Enjoy! Aaron Joseph Hernandez, born November 6, 1989 to April 19, 2017, was an American football tight end and convicted murderer. He played in the National Football League for 3 seasons with the New England Patriots until his career came to an abrupt end after his arrest and conviction for the murder of Odin Lloyd. An All-American at Florida, Hernandez was selected by the Patriots in the 4th round of the 2010 NFL Draft. Alongside teammate Rob Gronkowski, he formed one of the league's most dominant tight end duos, becoming the first pair to score at least 5 touchdowns each in consecutive seasons for the same team. He made one Super Bowl appearance in Super Bowl 46. During the 2013 offseason, Hernandez was arrested and charged for the murder of Lloyd, a semi-professional player who was dating the sister of Hernandez's fiancée. Following his arrest, Hernandez was immediately released by the Patriots. He was found guilty of first-degree murder in 2015 and sentenced to life in prison, without the possibility of parole, at the Sousa Baranowski Correctional Center. While on trial for Lloyd's murder, Hernandez was also indicted for the 2012 double homicide of Daniel de Abreu and Safiro Furtado. He was acquitted after a 2017 trial. Days after being acquitted of the double homicide, Hernandez was found dead in his cell, which was ruled a suicide. His conviction for Lloyd's murder was initially vacated under the doctrine of abatement ab initio because Hernandez died during its appeal, but was reinstated in 2019 following an appeal from prosecutors and Lloyd's family. Hernandez was posthumously diagnosed with chronic traumatic encephalopathy, CTE, which has led to speculation over how the condition may have affected his behavior. Anthony Wayne Smith, born June 20, 1967, is a former American football defensive end in the National Football League and serial killer. Convicted murderer. He was drafted by the Raiders 11th overall in the 1990 NFL Draft. He played college football at Arizona and also Alabama. In March 2011, Smith and 2 others were charged with the 2008 murder of Murillo Ponce, who was beaten and shot in October 2008 in Lancaster, California, with his body being dumped near the Antelope Valley poppy field some 11 miles away. Prosecutors said that the murder of Ponce, a mechanic, occurred after a business deal gone wrong. In April 2011, the jury deadlocked in the case with a vote of 8-4 in favor of guilt. In July 2012, while awaiting retrial, Smith was additionally charged with 3 other killings: the 1,999 murders of brothers Kevin and Ricky Nettles, who were kidnapped from a Los Angeles car wash before being shot and their bodies dumped, and the kidnapping and fatal stabbing of Dennis Henderson in Los Angeles in June 2011. On October 12, 2012, after a preliminary hearing, a Los Angeles County judge found sufficient evidence for Smith to stand trial for the 4 murders. 3. According to testimony at trial, Smith impersonated a police detective while abducting the Nettles, who were subsequently tortured before being murdered. On November 5, 2015, after the trial and 8 days of jury deliberations, Smith was convicted of the murders of Ricky and Kevin Nettles and Henderson. The jury also found special circumstance that Smith committed kidnapping, torture, and multiple murders. The jury deadlocked on the count of the murder of Ponce, with a 9-3 split in favor of guilty verdict, he said. On January 22, 2016, Smith was sentenced to 3 consecutive life sentences, without the possibility of parole. Ray Theodoros Carruth was born Ray Lamar Wiggins, January 20th, 1974 is a former American football wide receiver and convicted murderer. After playing college football at Colorado, Carruth was drafted in the first round of the 1997 NFL Draft by the Carolina Panthers of the National Football League and spent 3 seasons with the team. In 2001, he was found guilty of conspiring to murder his then-girlfriend Shericka Adams, who was pregnant with his child. Including pretrial confinement, he served 18 years of an 18 to 24-year sentence in the North Carolina State Prison System and was released from the Sampson Correctional Institution in Clinton, North Carolina, on October 22, 2018. Javaris Cortez Crittenton, born December 31, 1987, is an American former professional basketball player and convicted murderer. During his 4-year career, Crittenton played for the Los Angeles Lakers, Memphis Grizzlies, and Washington Wizards of the National Basketball Association, the Zhejiang Lions of the Chinese Basketball Association, and the Dakota Wizards of the NBA D-League. He was previously the starting point guard for the Georgia Tech men's basketball team. On August 26, 2011, Crittenton was charged with the murder of Julian Jones, a 22-year-old mother of 4. After pleading guilty to manslaughter in 2015, he was sentenced to 23 years in prison. Mark Jackson's 1990 basketball card is a largely uninteresting piece of memorabilia. Or at least it was until Reddit user Pirate Treadbeard discovered that the Menendez brothers, who infamously were convicted of murdering their parents in 1989, appeared to be sitting in the background of the card. To make things crazier, the card's photo feasibly would have been taken between the date of the murders, August 20th, 1989, and the time they were arrested on March 8th, 1990. Orenthal James Simpson, born July 9, 1947, nicknamed Juice, is an American former football running back, broadcaster, and convicted felon who played for the Buffalo Bills and San Francisco 49ers of the National Football League. Once a popular figure with the U.S. public, he is now best known for being tried for the murders of his former wife, Nicole Brown Simpson, and her friend Ron Goldman. Simpson was acquitted of the murders in criminal court, but was later found responsible for both deaths in a civil trial. In 1994, Simpson was arrested and charged with the murders of his ex-wife, Nicole Brown Simpson, and her friend, Ron Goldman. He was acquitted by a jury after a lengthy and internationally publicized trial. The families of the victims subsequently filed a civil suit against him. A civil court awarded a $33.5 million judgment against him in 1997 for the victims. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video from True Crime Emporium, and remember, don't be a dick, subscribe.